Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, perhaps you've heard of magicians making elephants appear and vanish, or of course there's that man down in Florida who does a lot of amazing manipulation with frogs. However, today we're going to be taking a trip over to SeaWorld with the amazing appearing walrus man. No, we're not doing any of that crap today, folks, none of that Vegas stuff. We could do some Vegas. In fact, look, let's do some classic Las Vegas magic. To do Las Vegas magic, I figure we need three things. Thing number one, let's see here, gotta come down here. See if I can put these together here. Gonna crunch this down here and make a little prop here. And this is where, with people watching me, I'd have bits of biz. But the first thing, look, we're gonna put one end of the straw back into its own self, which I guess is kind of upsetting as an image, really. So that's number one. Jam that sucker in like that. There we go. Number two, or I should say, these are the first things we're creating here. And what I've done here, you can do this with full straws, but this trick works much better with cocktail straws, the short black ones, often that bartenders use. Okay, so the first thing for the Vegas act, look. I've got the old linking rings, a classic Las Vegas trick. That's the first thing we're gonna use. Second thing we're going to use, of course, is the old box, because I know in Vegas they love jumping, doing a lot of box jumping. And the third thing we need is fire, of course. And luckily, in my pocket, right here, going to keep it as fair as possible, got a lighter, so we can add a little bit of fire here. Just like that. Warm up the cards, warm up the straws, the plastic in the straws, just a shake. Just say the magic phrase, Siegfried and burnt. And just like this, I'm hoping we've done a perfect example of real Las Vegas magic. Nothing else in the card case. Because now, the linking rings have linked. Take a fingernail and press it, and we'll have a really close insert on this one, but press it down and make this, bend it basically in half with your fingernail. Once you bend it in half, you squeeze it. And what that allows you to do is you've made it small enough so it can fit inside the other end. You want to push it all the way in as much as you can. Like that, okay? So I've made one of these. Nice little ring. And again, this is what I do. I stay up late at night in a hole in the middle of the desert. And I generally am drinking things like, you know, bat urine, that kind of thing to really get the brain going. And I create these fun little, I love using organic items and being able to create things like this. I just love this, okay? Look at that. I mean, there's probably a bazillion other tricks we could do with this. And you have two more. I apologize. You have two more. You do. And these two I made earlier, and they're already linked, and I put them inside the card case like this. Now, how do you get in that situation? That's a good question. Well, first, sometimes what I'll do is I'll take the cards out, or have someone take the cards out of the card case, examine the cards in the card case. I take the card case naturally back, give those cards a shuffle, and while they're literally shuffling the cards, I'll put put one hand in my pocket, get out this linked pair, and kind of load them secretly inside the case. For those who do chop cup work and cups and balls, you'll know it's it's a pretty natural action to load things inside the card case. Or what you could do is have two cases. You could have one already set up in your pocket or in your case, have the cards taken out of the case, give them a shuffle, someone can look at the case and sort of reach into your case, put the case away for a second, switch cases and come out with a lighter or something else and you're set to go. So whatever organic way you want to get into this, okay? Notice that you could also just take out your cards at one point, do a card trick, and then when you want to go on to this trick, just take this out of another pocket and put it down there. After the fact, 30 seconds later, people will swear that you originally took the cards out of the case. So there's lots of ways to do this, okay? Lots of ways to handle it. Now, but what matters is I've got two linked already in there. It's facing, and I've got it facing, okay, with the flap on the bottom, and you'll see why. So that's there. Maybe it's off to the side. It can be there while I'm doing a few other tricks, and then I can have somebody to help me make this. Somebody can make this with me, which is interactive, or I can do them myself. Now, all I'm going to do, I have this in my left pocket, is I'm going to pick up the case and turn it over. This is why. This is why I turn it over. I take these two, and this whole presentation is a rule of three. The first thing we're going to need is the linking rings. Da, 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 da. The next, of course, we need some sort of magic box. They always have that going in Vegas. But everybody immediately now knows there's a third thing coming. They're ready. They're waiting. They're waiting for the third thing. So there's not a lot of pressure when I pick these up and apparently drop them inside the case. Now, they're not going in the case. They're going below the case. And to do this, all I'm doing is I'm turn the hands over. My fingertips are going to go into the case, but I'm going to slip these below the case. But it's the fingers going in. You kind of emphasize, kind of exaggerate the fingers going in there like that. Then I just close the flaps and I say, you know, along and the whole thing, and you'll see that the angles of this are not bad. You got your fingers here. They can't see anything from the front, from the side. Even from this side, my fingers are covering. So if I use my body intelligently, pretty much angle proof. So those go in. And don't be in a big rush to go this and then quickly this. Put them in there, take a break and say, so we've got our linking rings, we've got our magic box. The third thing I need is fire. After all, it's a Vegas act. And luckily, I have a lighter. And I say I have a lighter. And then I don't go from here, okay? I turn my body slightly, which is natural because I'm going down here. I turn my body slightly, drop my hand to my side like I would naturally, but the back of my hand and fingers make it impossible for any, and look at the distance. It's like 8 inches, and I'm going right into the pocket. Into the pocket, grab the lighter, leave the linked straws or the unlinked straws and come out with a lighter. You are so far ahead. I love this moment. And you can use this switch in a million other ways. For torn paper napkins, for coins, for a million things. As a switch, as a vanish, whatever you want. Okay, show how fair this is. They can hear them inside. Have someone hold on. Say, you know, if you give it a bit of shake, it's like a Jiffy popcorn. If you give it a bit of a shake and I add heat, crazy things happen, okay? And now it's about presentation and adding to the drama. This is the time when you want to really get people involved, okay? And you do snap your fingers, say the magic phrase, Siegfried and burnt, or Siegfried and bitten, or whatever you want to do. A reference to the old tiger thing, and you have somebody else open these up, or someone can look inside, or have them spill it out so everyone can appreciate at the same time. And I mean, it's not a coin trick, it's not mentalism, it's not a card trick. What a lovely kind of trick with just some ordinary objects.